Um, let me just start by saying that Jubilee Party is not a briefcase party. It was founded more than 10 years ago by His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Founded and funded. Because when you're starting an institution, you have to fund it from your own resources. It has, like I've mentioned, managed the affairs of this country for the last 10 years. It has nurtured very many leaders today who are in positions of authority in this country. So it is not a party that you can run in a haphazard manner. It's a party that has structures, a party that has even offices where we are today. We shifted from other offices the other day. And we is a party that takes decisions in a structured manner. So we took a decision at the NDC that we are going to be part of Azimio. And we have been part of Azimio, we will remain part of Azimio until we achieve what it is that we set to achieve. Having said that, there are elements within the party, even before the 2022 elections, who were always looking for ways of destabilizing the party. Those who did not succeed went and formed UDA. There was another team that tried to form for the Jubilee Asiri in the month of June 2020. And what we have now seen today is still part of that scheme of individuals who have never found Jubilee to be espousing their ideals. And our ideals are ideals of ordinary Kenyans, dealing with the cost of living and the things that Kenyans cannot afford, or ensuring that the issues, the things that were promised by the people in government have been promised. But crucially also, we are keen to make it clear to Kenyans and the world at large that the results of 2022 were not released by IEBC as accurate as they were in the server, now that we have the whistleblowers report. Laila had 8.1, William had 5.9. Mount Kenya region had voted, 2.6 million people voted for Raila. So there is a team that is not happy with that narrative. There is a team that is also not happy with the issues that we are now pushing for. But crucially, there is also a team that would want to be near some source of money on a regular basis. They cannot carry on with this hard struggle that we have embarked in. And that team has always been looking for a way to exit in a violent manner. They started by misbehaving and they thought we are going to discipline them in the public, which I refused. I said we will not take our disciplinary action in the media. We will do it as provided for in the party organ, which is what is going. So what they are trying to do now is to preempt that and trying to say things that they cannot do because they are already subjects of a disciplinary process. Number two, if it is an organ like the one they purported to hold, the National Executive Council, that organ, as provided for in our constitution, can only be convened by the party leader or the Secretary General. And when it's convened by the Secretary General, the party leader will be there. So anything outside that is something that we really do not want to take a lot of our attention on the issues that concern Kenyans from and focus on them. If the issues that will be dealt with, again, they will be dealt with by the party organs. We will continue with our crusade on behalf of Kenyans. We are in Busia on Sunday, Kisii on Monday, Narok on Friday. The whole of today, we were at Mafoko. For the last 2 days, we were at Manzoni with the members of parliament in a parliamentary group meeting where all parties were supposed to be there. All members of parliament belonging to the parties within Azimio were supposed to be there to discuss issues that relate to them and for them to also be explained to where we are and where we intend to do, how, and with what. The course that we have decided to take, and this we made it clear to members of parliament at Manzoni, does not need numbers in parliament. if we are left to, the course we are taking belongs to Kenyans, and we will go with the Kenyans. That is why our rallies are packed all the time by Kenyans. This is not a cause of people who are being urged to join. It is for those who are willing and who must know it's going to be a tough battle. Representing the people and saying that there is no taxation without representation, that you cannot continue allowing families to sleep hungry, increasing the cost of water, electricity, allowing children to be at home at this time when we had 100% transition just 5 months ago. That is not an easy cause. And as I've said, we are happy to know that it's not all members of parliament who are there. You may have seen quite a good number at State House, but many have even disassociated themselves with the utterances that were made there because they were lied to by those who organized it. What transpired there had nothing to do with what they had agreed to go and discuss. So a good chunk of them, and they'll come out one by one. You see them. You see them distancing themselves from that, those kind of behavior. So again, you will also see that even within Parliament, though it is not going, the movement is not going to be determined by who is with us with Parliament and who is not. We will be happy if members of Parliament identify themselves with this revolution movement. You don't need power to control your members. You need members who are passionate about the cause that a party believes in, the values of the party. It is not power that you need. You need people who are loyal to the cause, to the vision, to the mission. And the party leader is never there to coerce anybody. No, that's not his nature. He's also not there to bewalk you. You should be able to see where is it that things need to be done differently. And that is why we are in this movement of fighting for the people. Because things that he fought for, passed through policies when he was in power, are being overturned overnight. So he will not even waste his time. Remember the kind of work that he has today, the peace mission around the Legion, likely to be expanded to other areas. I mean, he will not want to come and be with you when you are thinking that because you are not made a member of the Parliamentary Service Commission, or you did not become a chair of a committee, and that is an issue to concern us now? No. Those are issues they can deal with in Bunge. As we are now talking about mwananchi jamani, mbona tumemwacha peke yake? Mbona watu wanalala bila chakula? Na kuna mtu hata anasema, hata wale ambao wako na uwezo bungeni. These are things we are going to push. And I tell you, it is a thing I'm happy to be part of. The leader of UDA, you are not going to get a person of that nature in the coming days, in the coming years, most likely not in your lifetime. A person who has the ability to double speak and spin things until they look like they are factual. He said, when I put the Bible down, unga itakuwa chini. And he had gotten the Kenyans to a point where they believed him. Today, anything he says, thinking twice. The responsibility, the work of the peace-building mission within this region had nothing to do with William Ruto, the one that was given to Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember, Uhuru was appointed before he was president, in quotes. Uhuru was appointed to that mission. He had the appointment letters before he had given the reins of power to William. Though he gave him and said, nimepatiana, lakini kiongozi wangu ni Raila. Because he understands what all these things. He never wanted any drop of blood shed on this country on account of votes. But that does not stop you from fighting for the truth. The reason why President Uhuru Kenyatta is the one in charge of the peace mission within this region is because of his legacy, the respect he was given by the international community, and I will not be surprised even if he's called to even outside the boundaries of Africa or the continent of Africa to carry on with that. He earned it. Thabo Mbeki. We had even Nelson Mandela moving around the continent, the whole world. He is in that category now. He does not need the president of the day. to give him any job. In fact, what they want, and that is why they are trying and see whether they can remove things in Jubilee, is to get to him so that they can ruin his reputation by dragging him in small issues like what those people had been detailed to do at State House when they visited there 2 days ago. The happenings at Matiang'i's house are the clear indications or signs, not even symptoms, signs of a dictatorial regime. That's how dictators manage their affairs. I went to Matiang'i's place. Our party leader, Azimio, Raila Amolo Odinga, went ahead of us. Aliona na macho yake. Aliona na macho yake. But the spin doctors, when they knew that they have goofed, the spin doctors were at it immediately with the hashtag, the Twitter handles, saying that send us the photos, send us the photos, send us the photos.
Why do you not have any photos?
If there are no photos, you can ask elsewhere. And I don't want to get into that. But I also have, if you come to my house, I will have I will make the decision whether to give the photos or not. Wewe ulikuwa umekuja tupige picha na wewe. You are coming to harass me, you are coming to arrest me in the middle of the night, in the absence of anybody else. It's by the grace of God that we were in places where we could reach one another and we quickly went back. I want to thank Siba Arati, governor of Kisii. He was all the way beyond Narok heading to his office. And when he saw this on phone, he turned back and came and found us there. And many other Kenyans need to know, when this kind of things happen, do not take it lightly. Don't think you are too far. Head back. We need one another. This is not a struggle that we are going to win if we don't hold together. So the happening at Matiang'i are as stated by Matiang'i. These agencies you have mentioned, there is no other evidence that is available of institutions that have already been captured by the state. That the statements alone confirm that. And it's a very worrying time for us in this country. We never thought, even when we were campaigning, we never thought they were this bad. We never thought they were this clueless, radarless, directionless. And now we can clearly see vindictive. Did you see State House? Yes, we will go to State House because we are the legitimate team that's supposed to be in State House. 8.1 million votes versus 5.9 million votes. The people in State House are there illegitimately. And we hope and we believe and we are fighting for it that that is a place where Raila Amolo Odinga would go. Are we going to be invited by anybody else to go there for handshakes and the rest in terms of whatever is being given? Spare us from that. Jalango made a huge mistake. There is no popularity that any one of us has that can go against the People's Revolution. And as I've said, the revolution is very unforgiving to irritants. What you saw happen at Manzoni, even after Raila, the leader of Azimio and ODM, had actually said, let Jalango explain himself, lakini afanye kwa kamera. Media wakue kule akisema alikuwa ameenda kusema nini. Meaning that the issue of embracing was there. But the people could not stand any of those individuals opening their mouths. Do we have room for them? We do. The process that we are pushing is not mine. It is the people. And we want everybody on board. Some people may take long before they are convinced. Others will have to wait until they are read by the people. When all that happens, we are open to them. What happens is that the party has its organs. And I don't conduct disciplinary action. I only direct different organs to do what they should do. What we have now, we have petitions that have come from members of public because they thought we were taking too long, asking us, why is it that you're not taking these actions? And we have handed over that whole process to the disciplinary committee or the disciplinary organ of the party. It has its own chairperson who will call. They will look at the petition, the merit of which, call the parties together, the petitioners and everybody else, and any witnesses that they need to do, but we need to do it very meticulously. We don't want to make mistakes that have been made there before, where you are found to have jumped a step or two in a court of law. We don't want to open that loophole this time. It will be done slowly, but very carefully by the party organs. I am the Secretary General of Jubilee. Uhuru Kenyatta is the party leader of Jubilee. Bwana Kagwe Gichohi is the treasurer of Jubilee. And we will be here for as long as Mwenyezi Mungu angetaka tuwe hapa, na Mwenyezi Mungu anafanya kazi kwa njia zake zote. But that is not what is important. What is important is what are we trying to achieve on behalf of Kenyans. We are now in the process of re-energizing the party. We will be going to the branches, and you see the anger of the people on the behavior of those people. They have been complaining. I've been out in the branches. I was in Muranga the other day, and those people in Muranga were asking, what the hell are you waiting for? I said, we will carry it procedurally. So I will be happy to serve Kenyans from here, and we'll continue doing what we know we should, and that is to be there on behalf of one nation.